Hey everybody, tonight is our team call from Mermaids on a Mission. Tonight we are talking all about the friend funnel, which really is the foundation for building relationships in your business. So I don't know if you guys saw my announcement yesterday, but Ashley and I were both accepted. I don't know if she formally announced that, but today she was accepted into the group. So her and I are both working in this super small group with Carl, which has been fascinating so far because the first assignment was to talk about your self-limiting beliefs, and all the top coaches are in there too. So it was really interesting to read Lindsay Matway's self-limiting beliefs because why the hell does Lindsay Matway have self-limiting beliefs? Girlfriend is a multi-millionaire. And so it was just really interesting to learn and read top coaches' beliefs and struggles in this business as well. It really helped me relate to them and to my struggles too. And so, but in that group, there's been some chatter about how do you form relationships with people? And tons of top coaches are using this method, using the friend funnel method. So I really feel confident that what we are doing is the right way to do this. It just reaffirmed that what is working for us is working for the top coaches. And I want to be a top coach, so I want to model that behavior. And I want you guys to become top coaches, so I want you to model that behavior as well. So I just want to share that I'm super excited that we are on the right track with this. So what is a friend funnel? If you are new, our friend funnel is how we build relationships in this business. So it is a series of steps that we move people through to build an authentic relationship, which it sounds like having steps to building a relationship would in itself be an inauthentic relationship, but it actually turns out to be the opposite. It really helps you keep people organized and not miss people and not misplace people. I feel like in the beginning of my business, now that I look back, somebody will message me, and this has happened quite a bit actually in the last week. People message me that I haven't talked to since 2014. And the last thing I sent to them in 2014 was an invite, and I never followed up. And I'm like, oh God, maybe you would have already been my client had I followed up in 2014. And here we are 3 years later, and you're messaging me again. Think of how much further they could have been in their journey had I just fucking got my shit together 3 years ago, So it's making me cringe, all of the people that I lost track of in the beginning of my business. But I feel really good about helping you guys get this started now and implemented now, so you don't lose those people and 3 years down the road kick yourselves like I am. And I know that you're going to make mistakes. Obviously, you're a new coach. This business takes time to get a hang of. So I really, I feel good looking back on those conversations and thinking they still are interested in what I have to offer 3 years later, even though I was terrible 3 years ago. And so it made me feel good that granted it took 3 years, but people come back around, and why were they not on my list for all that time? Who knows? So that's life. That's what happens when you don't track your business in the beginning, which is why we are implementing the friend funnel now. So I could have been slightly more organized and pulled up the PowerPoint that I had made for this. So while I am talking, I'm going to try to find that. But the friend funnel is a system of steps that you move people through in order to build a relationship with them. Obviously, the first step is adding them to your list, adding them into your funnel. So when you add a new friend, determine if they are a prospect or not. I only put prospects in my funnel, and I will explain to you what the difference is between a prospect and not a prospect. A prospect is somebody who, okay, I think the PowerPoint is up. Okay, cool. A prospect is somebody that you honestly believe might be interested in what you have to offer at some point down the road. So somebody who is in a similar life place as you, like a new mom, if you are a new mom, they're probably going to be interested in health and fitness in the next little while. Women really want to get back to their pre-baby weight or get back on track or feel like they are putting attention back on themselves at some point after having a child. So they're somebody that I really connect with because I am on that same journey as well. Somebody who has posted any interest in their health and fitness in the last scrollable time. So somebody who was like, went for a run today, went for a hike today. Anybody like that, if they have indicated that they're interested in health and fitness. Anybody who likes health and fitness pages, when you add a new friend, look at what they like. And if they like Pop Sugar Fitness or like Natalie, whatever her face is, that does videos on Instagram, or like people like that, then you know that they're interested in health and fitness. And the last thing that I look for is somebody who is liking and commenting on my fitness posts. Those people always go in my funnel. So when you post your Shakeology selfie or you post your after workout selfie, look at the people who like them and comment them. The people who like it are either just a really good friend who supports you and likes everything that you post, whether it's good or not, or there's somebody that is following your journey and might be interested in it. And so I would put them on your list no matter what. Let me share my screen with you guys and we can go through this PowerPoint. So, okay. So the way that you get started is by adding people to this list, and they will go into step 1 of your funnel. I do want to caution you though from front working your funnel. You do not want to work this system in binges. I know that sometimes we get off guard or we forget to work our business for a while, and then we think, oh, I'll just add 30 people today to make up for it. And that does not work in this system. I know Danae and Amber have done this system before, and I think you both learned that lesson as well as I did. I got in the same thing when I was like, fuck, and I front-loaded people or I forgot to follow up with people, and then they just kind of pile on and it gets extremely overwhelming very, very quickly. And so I want you to give yourself some grace. And this is actually why I'm started using a different tool that I'm going to talk about than I have before, because of what I was using before got extremely overwhelming very, very quickly. Yeah, binging in the friend funnel does not work. I completely agree, Danae. So what you want to do is you want to add 3 to 5 people into your funnel a day, and that's it. Do not do more than that. And it's because it starts to compound very, very quickly. And so if you add 10 people, then on day 3, you have to talk to 20 people. And day 6, you have to talk to 30 people. And that's just a crap ton of people to keep moving through your funnel. And so if you are dealing with 3 to 5 people, that's way more manageable. You don't feel overwhelmed to the point where you're just going to skip it for the day. And you're going to be consistently adding people. If you're in the Push to Success Club group, you should have seen in the post today was about being consistently consistent. Raise your hand if you saw that post and listened to the podcast. Good job. All right, I hope you did. I listened to it again because it had been a while, and I love that podcast. Basically, the first thing she says is consistency is not perfection. Period. Consistency is not perfection. Consistency is doing things regularly and moving forward. So she used the example of a kid, like a baby in their growth. And when they're in the 15th percentile, it's not like you need them to get to the 50th. They just need to stay consistently in the 15th percentile. They just need to keep moving in the same trajectory that they were moving before. And that's consistency. Not necessarily growing or exploding or anything like that, just consistently moving forward. And I think that in our lives and in our fitness and in our business, we feel like we need to be growing constantly. And I think that that becomes overwhelming to the point where we miss out on consistency. And so consistency really is the key to success in this business. And I wish that I could stress that more. And when we're in Phoenix, we're going to talk to Dara, who is my upline coach, and she is the model of consistency. She didn't become a diamond until after a year in this business, and it took her another year to become a star diamond. And when she was a coach for 3 years, she just started gaining momentum in her business, and she hit 15 star diamond in 6 years. But if you could be almost a millionaire in 6 years, isn't it worth it? Like if you could be at the top of this business in 6 years, isn't it worth it? And so she was just consistent. She didn't try to go crazy. She didn't go hard. She just was consistent. And that is what built her business. And so while she didn't do it in 2 years, she did it in 6, and that's still fucking amazing. So anywho, she's going to talk to us in Phoenix. But I wanted to share this process and how consistency is going to be key. Also, the next thing that I want to talk about really quick is grace. When I was using the tool I was using before that I'm no longer using, if you miss a day, it fucks you up, and it fucks you hard. And Danae, I saw your picture of you working your funnel and all the red ones. And I was like, that's why I stopped using it, because the red freaks me out in that system. And so the idea isn't that if you miss a day or if you take the weekend off or whatever, that it piles up. That's not what it's about. The next day you work your business, you go on. And it's just like you didn't miss time. Sorry, I'm going to read your comment. I'm assuming it's from you, Danae. Or no. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry, Roseanne. We are not, it is not about the numbers. It's about focusing on people. So with this funnel, here's how it works. So here, let me scroll back up. Okay. So step 1, when you add somebody to your funnel, you are going to like or comment on their post and add them into your funnel. If they're a new friend, you should be liking their profile picture and their cover photo, and then maybe another post if they've posted something recently, and then stick them in your funnel. The next thing is a couple days later, you're going to like and comment on something else. And then a couple days later, you're going to send them a connecting message. And that message is going to be like, hey, I saw that you just bought a new car. What do you think of it? I'm looking into getting a new car. How do you like yours? Or whatever. You're finding something that you have in common and you are connecting with them about it. If after 2 steps and you don't have anything that you connect with them with, evaluate why they're on your prospect list. What did you see in them originally that made them a prospect in your opinion? If you still see that and you still see potential in that person, send them a message anyway and try to start a conversation. If not, maybe they're not a prospect. And it's okay that people are not a prospect. If you don't feel comfortable connecting with somebody after 4 days of liking and commenting on their things, take them out of your funnel. So that's kind of the first stopping point, is you're kind of courting them. You're stalking them on Facebook a little bit. You're purposefully looking for their posts. And you're liking and commenting on their things. If you don't connect with them, if they are posting things that go against your ideals or your beliefs, or you don't feel a connection with that person, take them off your list. There's no reason for them to be on your list. If they just haven't posted anything on Facebook recently and you still feel like they should be on your list, send them a message, see what happens. But if you don't feel like they're your people, let them go. So send that first connecting message, start a conversation, see if it starts rolling. And if not, that's okay too. And so in a couple days, pick the conversation back up, keep going with the conversation and see how it goes. Just continue to get to know people. There is no agenda in connections. And I want to stress that there is no agenda in connections. You're getting to know somebody. You are seeing if they are your vibe, if they're your tribe, if you want to work with them, if they're interested in working with you. If they aren't interested in health and fitness or they don't want to work with you, they're not a prospect, right? They can be a friend. I would absolutely keep them as a friend and continue to interact with them and leave them there. But if they're not a prospect, get them off your list. What about people who keep messaging you, asking the same things, but clearly are not ready to work with you? Not a prospect? I would stick them back in step 1. Anytime that somebody rejects me, I start back at step 1, and I'll get to that. So steps 3, 4, and 5 are all connecting messages. You're going to spend about a week connecting with somebody via private message. Then in step 6, you're going to invite them to something. Again, if this is a hard stop point, if you don't feel like you can invite them to something, if you don't feel comfortable enough inviting them to your free group, your 7-day Shakeology group that you should be running every single month, or your challenge group, then evaluate, are they a prospect? If you still think that they're a prospect, but you just don't feel comfortable with them yet, start back at step 1. So you're going to invite them, and then if you're going to follow up. So if they don't respond to you after 2 days, follow up. Like I've said multiple times, the fortune is in the follow-up. People are busy. People are checking Facebook while they're pooping. They could see your message and be like, oh, I need to respond to that tonight, but finish pooping and then have to go back to work. So they might forget about it. Once they see it, then it goes out of their mind because it's no longer flagged on Facebook, and then they forget to get back to you. And so when somebody doesn't answer your message or when they leave you on red, don't assume the worst. Because when you assume the worst, you let fear and doubt and all of your own bullshit get in the way of you helping somebody. You have no idea what happened to them, or why they looked at your message but didn't respond. So follow up with the purest of heart. Your follow-up should be specific. Ask for a yes or a no. Give people an out. Say, hey, I don't know if you're still interested, but I'm putting together my group. Did you still want to join my 7-day Shakeology group? The deadline to order is on Wednesday, or whatever. But be specific, and give them, and so be specific, give them an out, ask for an answer. Those are the 3 keys to a follow-up. After the follow-up, if they respond, keep going, keep the conversation going, keep them plugged into whatever group, and move forward in the process. After the follow-up, if they ignore you, move them back to step number 1 if you think they're a prospect. If it's not a good time, if they seem interested in health and fitness, but for some reason they ignored you, but you think that they are still a prospect, take them back to step 1. If they ignore you and you don't think that they're a prospect, get them out of your list. We are funneling people down. Not everybody makes it to the bottom of the funnel, and that's why it's a funnel. Not everybody is your perfect prospect. You don't want to work with everybody. You want to work with the people who want to work with you. And really understanding who is a prospect and who isn't a prospect will make this business so much easier. And so you are narrowing people down to your people. And then step 3, if they follow up and they say not right now, go back to step number 1. Keep talking to them. A lot of people say not right now or no in general. Determine what it is. So some people might say no, I don't have the money. That's a not right now. No, it's not a good time. Not right now. Kind of figure out what is behind their no and keep talking to them. Go back to step 1. Keep interacting. A lot of people are waiting to see if this lasts for you. They're waiting to see if you continue to build a relationship with them. They might have a red flag that you just want their money. For example, I asked on Facebook one night for Rodan and Fields people because I wanted to look into their systems. I had 1 million people message me. I picked one of them, which was the first person, and I messaged her back. And I don't know, every single week since we talked a month and a half ago, she sends me a big old message about their products and their specials. And I'm like, girl, I literally have not responded to you in over a month. Stop messaging me. Do not be that person. And unfortunately, I am passive aggressive enough that I'm not going to message her back. And I'm going to show you because I'm not fucking joking. So this last one was Tuesday. Look for the last time I messaged her. Look at that. That was on March 27th was the last time I messaged her. And she continues to message me. Don't be this person, okay? Do not be her. If they're not responding to your messages, stop messaging them about your business. They're not interested, and they just don't have the heart to tell you no. Yeah, Amber, all of that was in a month. All of that was between March 28th and Tuesday. And it's clearly copy pasted. I mean, get a girl for getting on the copy paste messages, but leave me alone. So don't be that person. So determine if it's a no or if it's a not right now. And if it's a not right now, put them back on step 1. Start to talk about their dog again. Get interested in their kids. Ask them about their new purse. Interact with them as a person on Facebook. And then a lot of times when you send that connecting message again, they bring up your challenge group. They're like, hey, are you doing another one of those? This is a better month for me, or I'm still interested in that. I'm sorry, I just didn't have the money. Like, people who are genuinely interested but just waiting to see if you're legit or if you just want their money are going to follow up with you if you continue to be their friend. If you ignore them after that, then they're going to be like, yeah, bitch just wanted my money. Good thing I didn't give it to her, you know? So don't give people that impression by continuing to build that relationship with them. And if it's a fuck no, just take them off your list. They're not your people, right? I have had somebody tell me, like, I am not interested in Shakeology or streaming workouts. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good, girl. And she's off my list. She's not a prospect anymore. Okay. So this system should take about 2 weeks to follow. But since you might not work your business every single day or get to everything every single day, just do it. It should take 2 to 3 weeks. Like, I wouldn't let people sit in your funnel for more than 3 weeks. Just because your groups are changing and your prospects are changing, you're adding more people to your network. So you want to keep people moving through the funnel. Don't let people get stuck in your funnel. And I am the queen of that, which is why this system is working really well for me. I am the queen of connecting to death. I will connect with you until I could tell you your mom's name. Like, for example, I have she's not really a prospect, but a friend at this point who I know all about her kids. I know that back at Christmas, she got pregnant and it was a secret. And then shortly after Christmas, she had a miscarriage, which sucked. And like, I am genuinely friends with her. Her work situation sucks. She hates her coworkers, but like, I'm friends with her now. She's not my prospect. I am not going to make money off of her. And I'm fine with that. And if she wants to order something, she'll come to me. But like, I connected her to death and I never invited her. And at this point, inviting her would feel like taking advantage of a friend, which is fine. I know that she'll come to me if she wants to do anything. But like, I suck at that. I connect to literal death. And so this lets you move through that funnel. After you have connected with somebody for 6 days, roughly, like 3 connecting messages is a lot, or 3 days of connecting. You should know whether or not they're a prospect. And if it's never come up and you're posting your Shakeology selfies and you're posting your workout selfies and they've never said one thing about what you're doing or liked or commented on a post since, maybe they're not your prospect, right? Because people bring it up. It comes up in conversation. I find so many different ways to slide it into conversation. Like, oh, I got to go get my workout in. I'll talk to you later. Or like, hey, sorry, I was working out. What's up? You know? I think that you don't need to bring it up in a salesy way until you're inviting somebody. And that's a very specific message. Okay, Roseanne, you had someone who clearly wants help but is looking for free. What do you think about that? Prospect in some way. Free group prospect for life. So I would get her in your free group, pull her through. At the end of the free group, you send an invite. There should be an invite in your group that says like, hey, this group is over. The party's moving to my challenge group. Here's why you should join my challenge group. If she opts not to, I would put her right back into step 1 and just keep pushing her through the funnel. If she's a perma-free girl, I would just leave her in your free group, interact with her periodically, like when she pops up in your scroll, but I wouldn't actively pursue her. She knows that you're a coach. She knows how your challenge groups run. She'll come to you when she's ready. That's my opinion on, I have perma-free people too, like that are in every single free group but never want to buy anything from me. That's fine. You can be in my free group until you die. Like, it doesn't bother me. So that's why I run that group. Anybody else have any questions? Does this seem pretty simple? I feel like this honestly simplifies the connecting process. I remember when I was a coach, I was bad at building relationships because I didn't know who to connect with. And I would scroll Facebook looking for something that interested me enough to connect with. I was like, ugh, nobody's interesting today. Like, I have nothing I want to message somebody about. And this really takes the pressure off of that. I now go to my list and I'm like, okay, who am I messaging today? And if I go to their name and I see I need to message them and I go to their Facebook and I have nothing to message them about, I ask myself, are they a prospect? And if they're not, then I'm like, nope. So I wanted to show you guys Asana, which is the new program that I'm using instead of One Page CRM. Danae, are you using One Page CRM anymore? hit me in the comments. When I originally did this presentation, I was using One Page CRM. How's it going? Is it going well? I saw in your picture you had all the red people. So I was curious how that was working. So in One Page CRM, what I really liked about it was that it let you create rules for people. So you could check their box or whatever, and it would create another task for them in 2 days. And then they would pop up back on your list, like, here's them again. And then you would do it again. What I didn't like about it was that it was weird interfacing between the app and the computer. Sometimes the number part would go away, so I would not remember which message I was on, and that could have been how I set it up. But what I really didn't like is that I would not work my business on a Saturday, and by Monday I was fucked, and everything was red, and everything was behind, and I got really overwhelmed because I hadn't worked my business consistently, and that got super overwhelming trying to catch up. So she said, when I'm consistent, yes, I wasn't for a while and I've been catching up, but I keep cycling through. The connecting has no agenda thing was a light bulb moment for me. Good, I'm glad. So let me show you Asana. So Asana is free, where One Page CRM is not free. And that's another reason I got done with my free trial and I was like, do I want to pay for this? I don't think I do. So I didn't. So I am now using Asana, which is free. Asana is a crazy program. Like, it does so much more than what I'm using this for right now. But what I'm using it for, I like using it for this. So let's ignore everything else that Asana does. And if you get it and you have questions, let me know. But this is a task list is what it's called. And I add people as a task. And when I add them, I put a note in here about what we talked about or how they got on my list. So I kind of know. And then as I'm having a conversation with them, I can tag their name. So like Lindsay, I need to actually update this because link out is no longer accurate. She ordered. So this is complete, which I think nope, that's good. So I can't see my full thing because you guys are in the way. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to X out of this because I don't have a due date anymore. And I need to move her to my prospects, or not my prospects, my customers, because she bought today. So I'll need to do that later. But what I like is that I can move her. Here we go. Or nope, just kidding. I'll figure it out. There we go. Okay, so now she's in my customer list. I just want to tell you how cool I think that is. Yes, it has an app as well. Okay, so when you add somebody new, we'll add someone new. So you just hit enter and it creates a new task. And let's call her Jenny. And let's say Jenny liked my Shako post. Wow, my computer's kind of far away from my face, so it's hard to type. So I can go in and say liked picture, and then, sorry, now the chat's in the way, comment. So when you put in a comment, it puts like a date stamp on it. So I can see like when things happened in my conversation with Jenny. And I can also create a due date. So I can say I want to follow up with Jenny on Saturday. That would be unrealistic because I suck at following, because I don't follow up on Sunday or Saturday or whatever. But in general, so I can keep people in here and I can tag them when I've done something. So like Hannah, I met at Starbucks to talk about her goals, interested in the All Access Challenge Pack, sent info and told her to let me know. So I tagged her the All Access Challenge Pack. So if I want to just talk to people who were interested in the All Access Challenge Pack, I can see them all here. And I've set dates that I told people I was going to follow up with them by. So I can work it by date as well. All right, back. So I can see my list of prospects and go through it that way. There's another way to view this that I was also entertaining the idea of, I think this is going to confuse you guys, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I created a friend funnel. So what I can do, so Asana is really cool. So from your prospect list, sorry, I have to move myself closer to the keyboard. So let's say I add somebody to my friend funnel. So all of these prospects right now are people that I'm already messaging with. So should I move them into my funnel? Yes. Have I? No, because I'm a slacker. But I can go in here and move her from prospect list to friend funnel. And that will move her into here. I don't remember her name. Oh, here she is. So it starts on number 1. And then I can move her to number 2. And then I can move her to number 3. And I can go in here and add things. And it also, as you can see, moved task from number 1 to number 3 on friend funnel, added to the friend funnel. And it's still the same person. So it moves throughout with me. And then I can move her to, let's say that she orders a challenge pack or whatever. So I just hit the thing in here and go to customers. And then that moves her into my customer list. And I have all of this in here that I added her to my customer on this date at 8/4. And I really like that. I like that I can move people. I need to move her back, obviously, to my prospect list because she is not a customer. But it takes them back into that project is what it's called. So I like the way that I have the friend funnel set up this way. It's very visual to me. And I can take people from here, move them into the friend funnel, and then set a due date, which I also like. So let's put this girl in the friend funnel. God, I really hope that this isn't just confusing you guys. Asana is a very complex program and it has so many different things. So I can set a due date for tomorrow. And then I can see that tomorrow I need to do this or whatever. So it would be today and I could work the people in each system today and move them over. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to stop sharing because I feel like that was just like a vomit of information on you guys. But I just kind of wanted to get you familiar with what Asana is all about. Okay. Roseanne, where do you get this? Asana.com, ASANA.com. And it's free, which is very cool, in my opinion. You're going to have questions on it. I could do an entire video about setting up your company in Asana. If that's something you guys are interested in, I will go from step 1 to step 800 in Asana and show you how to create a prospect list, a friend funnel, and a customer list, how to create people, how to tag them, how to set dates, and all of that jazz. Amber, you're going to have questions. You got confused. I totally feel you. And the one-page CRM it's overwhelming. Like, its automation is what turns me off. Like, I like that I can go into Asana and, like, if I want to work people in step 1 that I haven't worked, like, I can see them there and I can move them throughout. And as you guys can see, I wasn't using it because I have not been consistently working my friend funnel. Let's be real. And I am okay being real about that. Like, this is something that is aspirational to me. Like, in a perfect world, I'll be working this every day. And that's my goal this month, is to make this something I work as consistently as I had been. So no, it has an app, and I'll show you the app because I have it. So it takes you to, like, so I can go to prospects or projects and look at all of my prospects. I can click on Hannah Hendricks and see that she's tagged All Access Challenge Pack. I can move her to, when you click on, I can move her to a different section. So, like, I can work it from my app. And if I go to my friend funnel, it's in those columns still. So I can work people in the columns. Okay, I have 7 more comments. Here we go. Yes, Ashton, it's amazing. It's like a miracle program. And actually, Ashley is who found it for using it a completely different way. and she was like, hey, I'm using this because we were talking about doing our team trainings in Asana, because you can create a company and link everybody to it. And so like when Ashley posts things on her company, I can see it because she's invited me to her company. And we've used Asana to like, we have a calendar in Asana and we've used it to work together, completely unrelated. Like it's an incredible freaking program and it's free, which is fucking crazy to me. All right, Amber, you jumped right into what I called the friend funnel and confused you. I totally feel you. Awesome sauce. Yes, please. Yes, yes. Okay, I will put together an Asana tutorial of how I'm using it to track my prospect list and all of that. So what I really like, oh, it's gonna go away in less than a minute. So I will get to that. Did this help everybody with the friend funnel? Was this a helpful training? Okay, good, I'm glad. I will work on that Asana thing and we'll go deeper into this, but I think that this is the way to do it. Like this will change your business. So get started anyway, start doing it on paper. Move people on paper, like just get people down and start building relationships with them. And then you can build an Asana and you can do it from there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hopping on or watching this video later. I hope that this was helpful and I hope you have a good night. Bye everybody. Mwah.